know my here. Perhaps the end is drawing near. You never hear the shot that takes you down. And I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a story as to what led me to this Halo Pearl, and I'm going to quickly tell you what that story is. So, a couple of weeks ago from when this video is being made, I put up a community post with a voting poll on it, and that voting poll ended up being like something for you guys to vote what the next bowling ball review was going to be. So, you guys decided that the UFO by Rotogrip, the newly released UFO, was the winner, and the Halo Pearl came in second. However, at the time, it was almost the new year. 2019 was almost over. 2020 was almost upon us, and I was in such a good mood, so I had decided to release another community post telling everybody, that everybody being you guys, that I was in such a good mood, so screw it, I'll review the Halo Pearl and the UFO. So that is why this is here. We are going to review the Halo, and of course we are going to review the UFO, which is not here yet, but it will be here yet, I swear it. So yeah, we're going to start with this one first as a small lead up to the UFO. So I don't know too much about this ball. I say that quite a lot about the bowling balls that I get, which is kind of a dumb thing. But anyway, yeah. I hear that this thing is an absolute monster. When it goes down the lane, it hooks quite a lot. I don't know that to be true. I've never seen any videos on it because this one wasn't one that really, it wasn't one that I really searched up, as I was too focused on other bowling balls anyway. So, yeah, looking at this thing here, of course, I got everything that I needed. 15 pounds, top weight, legal for competition, under 3.0, as usual, with a 3 to 3.5 inch pin. And surprisingly, I don't know if it's just this ball or what, but this one actually has a fragrance on it, which is a very rare thing, I think, because a lot of the Rotogrip balls, or if not all of them, almost all of them, don't have fragrances on them. So that's the suckish thing about Rotogrip. But yeah, this one actually does have a fragrance to it, and I don't know if the person who sold it to me applied a fragrance to it, and it's probably going to come off when I throw it on the lane or something. But yeah, it has a fragrance, and unfortunately on the box it doesn't say what the name of that fragrance is. But yeah, what does that matter? So yeah, it's got an eTrax P18 Pro Reactive cover stock. That's very interesting, but the point is it's Pearl Reactive, so that's definitely a contributing factor as to why this thing is a hook monster, or at least that's what I think. Its weight block is a Centrum Core. That thing looks really, really weird. It looks like a freaking square block or something. And of course, its ball finish is 1500 grit polish. So, what I'm going to do with this one is I am going to tell my Pro Shop guy to turn this thing into a hook monster, seeing as that is what this thing is apparently known for. So, yeah, I'm going to have the whole pin above the bridge thing with the CG over, and of course, this one has the whole mass bias thing on it. Now, for those of you who are new and don't know what that means, this indicates the weakest part of the bowling ball, for those of you who are wondering. And I can't remember, my mind is a little bit fuzzy on this, but I think that because of this thing doesn't matter. And a lot of you, I know in the comment section, a lot of you keep telling me that this doesn't matter because I'm a two-handed bowler, and this only matters for when you're going to drill one of those extra thumb weight hole thingies into the bowling ball. But because I'm a two-handed bowler and I don't do that, this thing doesn't even matter, especially for, I think, for symmetrical bowling balls that have symmetrical weight blocks. But the only, I said this in another video, but I'm going to say it again, I only use this as like a marker to help me figure out that I'm drilling, that I'm having the bowling balls drilled the right way, and also it's for my Pro Shop guy. as he's the one who drills the bowling balls, obviously. So yeah, I don't. That's why I use this. I know this doesn't matter, so please don't go grilling me in the comments section about this whole CG thing. But anyway, we're gonna go and take this thing to the lanes. I know a lot of you cannot wait, and you are dying with anticipation to see what this thing does as I use it. So let's get this thing going. Okay, everybody, before we get this thing underway, there's something important that you need to know. So I was given the pair 11 and 12. And like I usually do, I asked about the pair of lanes so that I knew exactly what I was going to be getting into. And I was told that lanes 1 through 14 were re-oiled for a seniors league the day before. That's Tuesday afternoon, to be a little more specific. That same day, the left lane had been used later in the evening by another group of people using house balls. And the right lane had been used late in the night by some couple, also using house balls. I got there the next day. That's Wednesday afternoon. From that, I was able to put 2 and 2 together, and I realized I was about to use a ball with an asymmetrical core, a pearlized reactive cover stock, and a powerful back-end reaction on a pair of lanes laid out with nothing but a typical house shot that had been left in awful condition. Now, I know I could have just asked for a different pair of lanes, and believe me, I was going to, but then I realized something. This is a chance for me to really challenge myself as a bowler, to really step outside my comfort zone and try something I really haven't tried a whole lot. Now, I knew I was walking into a meat grinder, so I wanted to be prepared for what I was going to do. And the only way I knew to do that was I was going to have to take a few practice shots on the left lane and right lane before I turned the camera on to start recording. And I want to let you know that's something that I usually don't do. After I took the practice shots, I came to the conclusion that I was going to have to loft over the gutter a little bit on the left lane, and on the right lane, I would have to play the ball at about board 25-ish, and I would have to slow my ball speed to allow the ball to get back to the pocket. Now, it was going to be a challenge, but you know what they say. You are never going to get better unless you challenge yourself, and that's why I decided to stick with this pair of lanes instead of moving. Well, that's enough of me. We're going to move ahead. Sorry to slow you down. Enjoy the show, you guys.
What a shot! In the pit, no doubt that is your hammer tough spin replay.
So
You have got to be kidding me.
Pickup.
About 19% on the Pro Tour. That is made.
That is your Hammer Tough spare replay. Remember this one a little later in the match. An amazing pickup.
Drew it up there, Pards.
And here's our Hammer Tough spare replay.
Young
Okay, everybody, that was the Halo Pearl. My goodness, this thing is a hook monster. It is unbelievable. So let me go ahead and show you the layout. I do believe that I told you in the beginning of the video that I intended to make this pin above the bridge with the CG over, and indeed I followed through on that. So there it is. Pin above the bridge, CG over, and the mass bias as well. So yeah, to make this thing the most powerful that it could possibly be, and indeed it was powerful on the back end. So I will say that in terms of the 3 games that I played, it probably wasn't my best 3-game series. I mean, I know a lot of you are going to call like BS on that because it was pretty amazing, I'm going to say, despite the fact that my scores were pretty low, like in terms of the 200s. Because, yeah, but for the level that I'm playing currently, you would expect me to probably score just a bit higher than that. And it was a pretty low series for the level that I'm playing. Yeah, 2 201s and a 210, I believe. But then again, you know, like I said, playing, you know, lofting over the gutter and playing that deep, it's just not one of my strengths. I mean, I haven't practiced it enough, but, you know, it's nice to know that even though I didn't practice it enough, that I was somewhat pretty good at it. I wasn't expecting to be good at it. Yeah, I was questioning myself before I started filming, like, let's see where this is going to go. Is it going to be a disaster, or is it going to turn out somewhat okay? Because I knew for a fact that it was not going to turn out great. But luckily, you know, I managed to back it up with some very good spare shooting. And I don't know what happened, but my spare shooting was on point. It was unbelievable. I will say that I feel like I got robbed of those 2 splits that I should have converted. I can't remember what they were, but man, do I really hate it when that happens. I mean, I've had that happen to me way more than a dozen times, where I managed to get the ball exactly where I need it to be to convert the split, and then the pin does nothing but just slides over slowly in front of the pin that it's supposed to take out. That has happened to me so many times, and I cannot believe that it happened to me not once but twice in the same video. I never thought that would happen, but luckily I managed to get 2 other 6 split conversions. And I will admit right now that had it not been for all those spares that I made, this probably would have been the worst video I would have ever made, you know, considering the level that I'm playing at right now. But yeah, let this be a lesson to you guys. Practice your spares, because you could clearly see that this is a clear example why you need to practice your spares. Had I not made those, this video would have been the worst of them all. But luckily, it didn't turn out that way. But anyway, there's not very much I can say other than, do I recommend this ball? Only if only if you are met with the situation that I was met with, where the conditions were extremely terrible and I had to play that far deep and I needed something to really get back into the pocket. And the reaction that I got on the back end was like kind of almost like the Phase 2 review video that I made way back, where I had to play kind of like, you know, pretty deep, not too deep, but at the time I wasn't that great and my ball speed was very slow. It was like 13 miles per hour at the time. I've now managed to get up to at least 16, 17 miles per hour. But for this video, I had to slow down my ball speed to let the ball get, you know, give the ball time to get back into the pocket. So, yeah, I'm not going to say that it was exactly the same as the Phase 2 in terms of, you know, the hook reaction, but this thing definitely was more powerful than the Phase 2, without a doubt. So, yeah, I mean, you could still get the ball. You know, I just recommend that you drill it weaker, because I know, like I said before I started filming the video, you're never going to get better unless you challenge yourself. But at the same time, I find it rather unnecessary if you try to, you know, drill the ball like get a ball like this that's really powerful, then drill it to be powerful, and then, you know, playing that deep. I mean, yeah, you could do that if you want to. That's your choice in the end. If you want to do that and you want to play those really deep angles just for the heck of it. But honestly, remember, it's all about, you know, making it as easy as possible for yourself as well, so that you get those high scores. But anyway, the ball, it definitely delivered. I mean, I know I probably could have done better. Some of those shots were my fault. It wasn't the ball's fault. I do not blame the ball whatsoever. But anyway, yeah, that's that. And I know before you guys, any of you guys go into the comment section asking me, hey man, where's the UFO? When's the UFO coming out? Don't you worry. Let me assure you guys, the UFO will be next. I just wanted to do the Halo Pearl to, you know, basically kind of build up to this. So yeah, now that this is done, we can now move on to this. So yes, I can 100% confirm with you guys, the UFO ball review is next. So stay tuned. This is Frank the Tank. I hope you guys enjoyed this Halo Pearl review. Until next time, later.